Today's episode is brought to you by Destiny's Accessories, located inside of A.V. Lopez at 3831 Boca Chica Boulevard in Brownsville. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4. Destiny Accessories has all the phone and tablet accessories you need, including chargers, screen protectors, wallets, clips, holsters, pop sockets, cases, and much more. Welcome to Paranormal 956. My name is David, and I am here with Bianca.
Hi, guys.
What are we talking about today, Bianca?
So I know like Valentine's Day is coming up and stuff, so I don't know. Cupid himself?
It's close. Really close. We're going to tell a love story of sorts.
A love story.
But this channel doesn't do things
very paranormal
the
ways.
Normal way. So we're going to cover a very twisted romance, a very twisted love affair.
Lady Gaga, like the bad romance type of thing.
You could say that.
You could say that?
I'm going to just put this out there right away. If you're squeamish, this might not be the episode for you.
What's squeamish?
Like easily disturbed.
I mean, at this point, if they're listening to our bullshit, they can't really be.
This is a particularly disturbing episode.
Discretion is advised, guys.
Discretion is advised. We're going to be covering the Ken and Barbie Killers. Yeah, the Ken and Barbie Killers. So this story is about Bernardo and Karla Homolka. They are a Canadian couple.
Dolls?
Kind of.
What?
Euphemistically. Like maybe, sort of, not really.
Okay.
So we're going to kind of start the story in the middle. So Ken, in this case, would be the Bernardo guy.
Yeah, Bernardo. Okay.
He was like a very clean-cut accountant in Canada.
Whitish.
White, blonde hair, blue eyes, good looking.
Oh, okay.
This is back in the late 80s too, so maybe what passed as good looking then wouldn't necessarily pass today, let's say.
Right. Each their own.
Yeah. I'm sure these people have fans.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, not unheard of, I guess.
You see Gypsy, she's doing good out there.
I'm a big fan.
You see?
You know, and after just kind of a little bit aside, I hope she doesn't listen to the episode because I kind of was rough on her a little bit. I was a little bit rough on her, and after seeing her progress, I regret some of the things I said.
Jesus.
Because I was pretty hard on her. Yeah. She's already been through a lot. I digress.
What about Nicholas?
Fuck Nicholas.
You see, keep the same energy. Keep the same energy.
Yeah, I'm sorry about...
They did the same fucking crime.
Sorry about Nicholas, although his TikTok sucks.
He doesn't have TikTok.
Okay.
Hopefully he gets a TikTok.
Back to our story.
Yeah.
Right. So, during this time, this is in a small town in Canada by Ontario. It's really not that small, but it's a suburb. It's 600,000 people in this town. But it's kind of a quiet place, right? Like in the suburbs, people kind of move out there so they don't have to deal with crime. And, it's very slow, quiet, rich, et cetera, right?
Okay.
But during this time, there is this rapist going around called the Scarborough Rural Rapist. Not real good with words today.
Right.
But there's this rapist, and he starts raping these women. Mm-hmm. And the way that he's doing this is he's following them on a bus. He kind of attacks them from behind, and he rapes them at their house.
What?
With their families inside the house, like in their yard, right? And so the cops are like super confused. Like, first of all, how's nobody seeing this guy? Right?
Yeah,
and like none of the victims were able to
identify
him, and nothing like that, right? So he starts raping a bunch of people. And he's getting more and more violent as things are going on.
Okay.
And so at one point, he's getting a little bit more daring as well. So up to this point, he's been attacking these women, attacking them from behind. They're not seeing him, and it's at night. Then he gets to a lady where he attacks her from the front, and she gets a good look at him.
Right.
Right. And so she goes to the police. They do one of those sketches, and pretty much the whole town goes, this kind of looks like that accountant guy, that Paul Bernardo guy.
The cute one. The
right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And so, following all the leads like good cops do, they bring him in, ask him some questions. Does he have a girlfriend? Yeah. He's telling him about this girl, Karla Homolka. I already forgot how to say it. Homolka. And so
Aloha.
He's kind of, that's close enough. Right? And so the cops are kind of unsuspecting, I guess you could say, of him, right? He gets some passes that maybe other people wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
They ask him.
Did they have like DNA back in the day?
So it was new. It was new, but they did have DNA. So they ask him, can we take your DNA? Like they want, hair and saliva. And he's like, yeah, take it. Well, he's such a nice guy.
Right.
Like they don't check it for 2 years. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they don't.
So they just had the hair, the saliva.
They had everything they needed. But I mean, he seemed like a nice guy. So what are you gonna do? Gonna do your work? Nah. Right. Rapes keep happening.
Right.
And so he tells the cops about his girlfriend, Homolka, right? This Karla Homolka.
Yeah.
And they don't think anything of it. But then after a little bit of time, she comes into the police station all beat up. And she starts talking about her husband beat her up. And it's this guy, the Paul Bernardo guy.
Uh-huh.
And so she starts to get scared because she like almost got killed with this. He beat her up really bad. And so she starts to tell them like, I have this information, but
that he told her basically.
Yeah, but I'm going to need full immunity.
Oh.
And they're like, well, what is your information about? I'm like, well, I kind of know about some little bit of rapes, maybe a little bit of murders, maybe
a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah. And so at the time, in addition to the Scarborough rapist, there's also the schoolgirl killer, right?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
And so she's like, I kind of know about those two things, but I'm going to need full immunity. And like, you got it, babe, right?
Yeah.
She's a cute lady.
Right.
For 80s.
Sure.
Right? It's not my thing, but.
Mullet and everything?
Yeah, like she's got the puff in the front. Right?
I mean, it's coming back.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peso Pluma.
He listens for sure.
For sure.
No
doubt. No fucking doubt.
No way he doesn't.
Big shout out. You're doing it out there.
Yeah. So anytime you want to be on the show, let us know.
For sure.
We're here.
We're bilingual.
Ay, cochino.
And so anyway, they're like, you know what? If you know about the Scarborough rapist and you know about the schoolgirl killer, hell yeah, we'll give you immunity.
Yeah, whatever you tell us at
We're
this
gonna
point.
Give you immunity. That's just two of our biggest cases, right?
We'll take your husband too.
Yeah. So she gets her lawyer. They get this deal. And she starts telling them about these murders.
Mm-hmm.
Right? These two girls, they're two young girls. They're like high school, teenage years.
Like 15?
Yeah, 14, 15. Right. Because everything's going smoothly for her. They bring the guy in. And they do the search warrant like you do.
Yeah.
Right?
Around the house and stuff. Yeah.
And they find these VHS tapes. Tapes. Like the...
I know what VHS
Well,
are.
they were like mini VHS, so mini tapes.
Okay, I don't know that.
Yeah, but so they find these tapes.
I did watch Barney when I was a kid. Anyways.
So they start going through these.
Right.
And the very first one they see is this girl, the Homolka girl, in her basement with her boyfriend and her sister.
Okay.
And they're like, well, what the fuck is this? Turns out the sister had died and was ruled an accident. Right?
Okay.
So they're watching this video, and the boyfriend and the girlfriend are getting the girlfriend's little sister.
Ken and Barbie.
Ken and Barbie, right? They're getting the little girl, because she's 15, 14 years old too, right? Getting her drunk. And she starts to get a little bit loopy. Turns out Karla had stole some drugs from the veterinary office that she worked at. So they put these on like a cloth and cover her mouth so she passes out, right? And they get her drunk. They put all these drugs everywhere. And then this is like to me, out of all of this is all twisted. This is like the first super duper twisted part. The girlfriend, Karla, as a gift, gives her daughter, her sister,
Whoa.
her sister, virginity as a Christmas gift to her boyfriend, Paul.
And what do you call that? A Christmas miracle?
No.
Did they at least thank baby Jesus for it?
So I haven't watched the videos
I don't know.
myself. So who knows? Only the Lord knows.
Only the Lord knows.
But so they end up having like this demented threesome. This lady with her sister and her boyfriend.
What?
And then the girl, the young girl, the sister.
She was like high, basically.
Right. She's unconscious, really.
Okay.
Right? She's unconscious. Like, right. So she's not actually
woozy. It's just like.
We're past that part, right?
Okay,
like she's like out now. Right.
Uh-huh.
And so now she starts to choke on her vomit and all this stuff. She starts overdosing.
Uh-huh.
And she dies. Right.
Uh-huh.
So then the police come, like you do, and they say, well, we were just drinking and she got a little too drunk because she's a kid. She don't know how to drink. And they're like, well, what about these chemical burns on her face? It looked like maybe she was drugged. Like, oh, no, I don't know what that is. And they're like, okay. And they just bury the daughter like nothing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So then there's all these other videos. And they start to notice.
That's just the first video.
That's just the first video. And so there's this other video. Back to the schoolgirl killer.
Mm-hmm.
He starts catching these young girls, these rape victims. He's getting bored, apparently, of like chasing these women home and risking getting caught. And so now...
like the adrenaline wasn't it.
Right, I guess so, right? The hunt wasn't what was getting him off.
Yeah.
By the way, I think it should be said, he had a hard time staying erect during all of this.
Then why the fuck was he raping women? Kids.
They're
teenage
kids, children, right?
Girls.
Yeah. I think that's why. I think it's... So
something in his head was probably like, nah, this is kind of fucked up, you know?
Well, this is what I think. And I'm doing this purposely because I do I hope he hears this. I hope he's humiliated a little bit.
Is he still alive? What year was this?
I'm not sure. This was in the 90s, so he got life in prison, so he could still be alive. I'm going to look it up while we're talking.
Okay.
But I do hope, right, that I think this is what I think. I think he's raping little girls because, yeah, he's 59 years old.
Oh, shit.
So I think he's raping little girls because he couldn't handle like a woman. And I think like, you know, like if you're into like virgins and little kids like that, it's because you can't do like, cause they don't know. And so your mind is like, oh, well, they're going to think it's great. I'm going to be awesome. And like a woman would be like, no. You know what I mean?
Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
No.
Like you're...
He knows he's going to get criticized.
Yeah. And he deserves it, if you ask me.
For sure.
He does. I'll be honest with you. They don't have the death penalty in Canada, but if they did, this is the guy. Right?
For sure.
Like, this is pretty bad. So anyway, back to the story, right? So they're like going through these videos and they're like, you know what? This Karla chick's not such a victim after all.
Because she's in the video.
She's in the video. The videotapes have handwriting, and it's her handwriting. And she's writing their names, the guys' names, and me in a threesome or whatever they did in the videos, right? So they're like her videos.
That's her documentary.
Right. Like she's filming their crimes.
But she signed the whole thing for what's it called?
The immunity.
The immunity, yeah.
So yeah, so they're like, wait a minute. This chick isn't this victim here. Yeah. Right? This doesn't make any sense. So they go to the judge and they're like, you know what? She can't be given immunity. She's like some people think she was the mastermind of all this because he was only raping before. And now that they got together and the sister's there, now he starts murdering.
But that's the thing. Whose idea was to video? What the fuck? Why would they videotape it? I mean, she videotaped her sister's death.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the thing. This is why I think, in my mind, she's kind of the gasoline to the fire of all this. Raping's horrible.
Yeah.
But she brings, when they get together, now we're taping them. And now we're murdering.
Yeah, she's
like, it gets more. He was already twisted. His rapes are despicable. Like, they're like bad rapes. Like, he's brutal. And he was kind of, I mean, he would do things physically that were inhumane. Mm-hmm. But I think he also had this extra layer of like a mind fuck. So he would rape these women and then leave. And they would like, be still for a while and then like
go at it again.
Look like it's going to be safe. And then he comes back and rapes them again. And it's like, that's just to fuck with their minds. Like, that's just to be a dick.
Or maybe he couldn't get it up. I'm
sure he couldn't, because why would you?
I mean, it is documented.
Yeah. People know. So anyway, so they go to court and they're like, she can't be given immunity. Like, this is bullshit. Like, she's the one. She's the one here.
Your Honor, she's right here.
Yeah, she's the one doing half the stuff. Right, she's participating. Well, they uphold the immunity.
But here's a weird part to me. Like, she was just recording. She was just like sitting quiet, or like, no. They knew she was participating because she was talking. No. She would put the camera on a tripod. Oh. And she would also rape the women. Oh, jeez.
And beat them. And everything he did, she did too. She was an equal. But they had given her this immunity.
At least she thought.
Well, yeah. So they end up charging her, but it's just on the stuff she left out. So she only got 12 years in prison. Like, she's out right now. Like, she's probably listening. She's probably a big fan, I'm sure. Right? She's listening to this and she's probably like, fuck, like, now my secret's out.
Yeah.
Because she got a fake name.
She changed her name?
She changed her name.
Let's look her up, guys.
Yeah, let's see.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so now she's known as Leanne Teal or Leanne Bardelius. I don't know how to say that last name.
Let's just stick to Karla.
Yeah. Anyway.
Or Barbie.
She
could have just went with Barbie. What did she do?
Yeah. That's what everybody knows her by anyway.
Yeah.
So, anyway. He's still in prison.
Mm-hmm.
She's out.
Mm-hmm.
She's started a new life.
But you see, this is what happens a lot. They did the same fucking crimes.
Yeah. It's reverse of Gypsy Rose and Nicholas.
In a way. No, it's the same. It's the same thing. But he's not getting life in prison, is he?
Nicholas?
No, Ken.
Yeah, he's life in prison.
Oh, then it is. Oh.
The only difference is
they didn't rip. They didn't.
Gypsy
rape.
Didn't participate in. Like, she was in another room. Like, that's a difference.
Well, the thing is that they didn't record it.
Also true. And they weren't. Look, Gypsy Rose murder, their Dee Dee Blanchard's murder is pretty messed up to me.
Yeah, it is.
It's messed up. This is on another level, though. This is like
several. You
go through the rapes and what he would do to humiliate these women, and then the stuff that's on the video to humiliate and like to keep them alive and repeatedly rape them, and then she's involved.
I get it. But she should have gotten more time because she was still involved.
More than 12 years.
For sure.
I would have been fine with them both getting life in prison.
For sure.
Easily.
I mean, they did the same things.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he raped before. But I mean, once you get to life in prison, like you kill your sister, right? You drug and kill your sister. A lot of people would be like, that's life in prison right away. So anything extra is just bonus lives.
Yeah.
You know, like how people get, I forgot, well, we were doing Arlene Warnos, and she got like 7 or 8 life sentences.
Yeah, you see, that's...
After one, it's like, tack them on. Who cares? Like, you know what I mean? You're not getting out anyway. So who cares how many life sentences you have after that?
And who knows? They're always changing the laws, and they always try to appeal their cases.
Yeah. So that's our episode for today. I hope y'all are having a romantic dinner while you're listening to us.
Yep.
Man, this is twisted.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah, we could have done something else, but I don't know. It just felt right.
I mean, coincidence or not that they met each other and it was like love at first sight, right? But
yeah,
who are we to judge?
And love
works in mysterious ways. I mean, God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah,
but God is love.
True. It's a twisted story.
Yeah.
All right. Well, happy Valentine's. Hope you can sleep well after that. Our next episode.
Don't go out killing guys. I'll tell you.
Do not kill.
No.
And if you do, this is what I would say. If you're going to be a serial killer, please record them. Right?
Right. Or if you're going to be an accomplice, just show that you didn't do shit. Just your partner.
Well, I hope they record so that they just gave their own evidence.
Yeah.
And it makes it like easy on the justice system.
Yeah, documentaries would be better if they were recorded, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Make it easy for the cops.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a serial killer, make it easy for the cops. And then for the reporters, and then we can get the story, read them quick, and then we can make a show out of it.
For sure.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win, guys.
I mean, except for whoever the victims are, of course. But
by the looks of it, I mean, what's the most you can get? A life sentence?
That in Canada for sure. Yeah. All right, that's it for today. Our next episode, we actually have, you're going to love this. We have a viewer submission story coming up.
What?
In our next episode next week.
We're reading people's stories now?
Somebody sent us something through Facebook. I am going to read it. I'm super excited about this because this means we have a listener.
At least one for sure. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.